How did your psychoanalytic training affect your original theory and your current theory?
Well, I could start with how it affected the therapy and the theory and the therapy. So one of the important aspects of psychoanalysis has to do with meaning. And the psychoanalysts would emphasize meaning a great deal. Now, depending upon who the psychoanalyst was, the meanings could revolve around libido theory or hostility or conflict between the id and the ego and so on. And I actually had a number of supervisors. Also, I had my own analyst. And they had different takes. So psychoanalysis is not just one big monolithic theory. Depending upon the individuals, it's a multitude. It's a whole mosaic of theories. But one of the approaches that I liked the most was that of a psychoanalyst by the name of Leon Saul, whose specialty, incidentally, was hostility. And he would listen to free associations of a patient, and then he would see the red thread, or the blue thread, that ran through all the associations. And this thread then would give the underlying meaning. And that made a lot of sense to me. However, later on, as my own approaches evolved, I realized that it wasn't necessary to go down into unconscious meanings. You could take the conscious meanings that were right out there on the shelf. Psychoanalysis did train me to focus on meanings, but the training then got carried over, and I would focus on the conscious meaning of events. And once I focused on the conscious meaning, then we could get the patients to examine the meaning that they attach to events, and they could then match this meaning against reality. Whereas in psychoanalysis, the meaning that was attached was so abstruse in a way that you could not match it against reality. So it was very helpful in that way, in that it helped me to focus on the meanings. The other thing that was valuable about psychoanalysis was, although we would talk, in my own analysis, I would talk endlessly, I got taught to listen to people. And when you listen, then you get clues as to what is actually problematic. However, in addition to listening, I did learn to ask a lot of questions, and that was something that I did not learn from psychoanalysis. So anyhow, putting it together, it kind of got me started on the road to understanding people, and then I went from the understanding people at a very deep, unverifiable level to a more conscious, more verifiable level. And I found that working at this verifiable level could get immediate results, whereas when I was doing psychoanalysis, it might take 6 months or a year before I got results. And I was never quite sure whether the results were due to my interventions or were due to just different changes in the person's life.